morning everyone. Today we are going to start Unit 1, Fundamentals of Electrical Circuits. Fundamentals of Electrical Circuits commonly for first year, first semester, according to jntua Anantapur, R20 regulations, EC and EEE. It is the common subject for EC students and EEE students first year. Fundamentals of Electrical Circuits. Later on we will call it as FEC only. First year, first sem. Unit 1 coming to this. The Unit 1 Introduction to Electrical and Magnetic Circuits. Electric circuit and magnetic circuit. The comparison and what are the concepts, basic concepts will be. Why this subject is important for EC and EEE students? Because you are studying electrical engineering subjects and electronics engineering subjects. Electrical circuit is the basic thing to study engineering. A circuit. If you go for integrated circuits, if you go for any manufacturing company, electrical manufacturing company or electronics manufacturing company, definitely there will be a circuit. If you see the simple LED bulb also, there is a small circuit consisting one transformer, one capacitor, one inductor, one capacitor, like that. If you consider your mobile, there is a huge integrated circuit is there inside. Is it right? Very large scale integration is happened. VLSI. It is there. Very large scale integration. VLSI is one of the subject. M.Tech also it is. After completion of B.Tech, you will go to M.Tech. You may go to very large scale integration and ICs. All will be studied by the use of circuits only. To understand this, as we are the first year students, we have to understand the basics first. No need to study this VLSI directly. We won't go directly to study the VLSI. We have to know what are the basic concepts. Then only you can crack anywhere. Because basic, if you are strong in basics, then you can crack any interview. Okay. Basically, in the previous classes we discussed in the classes what are the basics required for FEC subject. One of the basic is what are the elements. What are the electrical elements present in a circuit? There are two types of elements which are present in any circuit. What are they? Active elements. Passive elements. Two types of elements. One is active elements, and second one is passive elements. These are the two types of elements which are present in any circuit. What is meant by circuit? A circuit is a closed loop where the current will flow. The circuit is interconnection of various elements like active and passive elements where the current, electrons, move and flow occur in a circuit. Okay. Fundamentals of electrical circuit means first we have to know what is circuit. What is meant by circuit? A circuit is the interconnection of various elements where the current will flow. If the current is not flowing means it is not a circuit.
Circuit is under the circuit.
If the current is not flowing, suppose the circuit is open. If the circuit is open, no current will flow. That means circuit is an interconnection of various elements like resistors, inductors, capacitors, transistors, diodes, like that various elements. Active elements and passive elements and power semiconducting devices and integrated circuits and power supplies and path. If you see open your mobile, then there is a large circuit. You can observe the circuit. But simple circuits we are practicing in laboratory, like superposition theorem, how to connect it. How to check the rectifier, full wave rectifier, half wave rectifier. In the laboratory also you will conduct. FEC lab is there for yours. Because whatever you studied in the theoretically, that has to be do practically. The practical, if you do, then it will be remembrance for longer duration. Longer time you can remember. That means practically and theoretically both will happen at the same time in this semester. That is the advantage for you. In some semesters, some students, first year, first semester, they are studying this subject. In second year or second year, first semester, the lab will be there. we studying in this semester. If you do conduct practically in this semester only, then you will get good idea, good knowledge about that. That is the advantage for you. In previous regulations, whatever the subject is happening today, whatever the subject is there, that continuation lab will be next semester. It is the advantage for R20 regulations. If you see the syllabus JNTU Anantapur R20 regulation syllabus, it is the common for EC and EEE first year. Okay, because fundamentals of electric circuits, both the branches has to study. Okay. Now, what are the active elements? Active elements are voltage source, current source. Why we are coming as voltage source, current source? These are producing energy. The elements which exhibits, which produces energy, those elements are called active elements. Whereas passive element, which consumes electrical energy and produces heat. Suppose examples are resistor, inductor, and capacitor, or maybe termed as passive elements. Resistor is a passive element which opposes the flow of current flowing by introducing some property is called resistance. Resistor introduces some property, resistance. Okay, how can we define resistance? Resistance is denoted by the letter R. We can define the resistance because we have to represent. How can you test the knowledge of a student means by conducting an exam. Simply you know, but you are unable to express the knowledge about resistance, then you may lose the marks. Hence, we have to express what we have inside. That is the main thing. Is it right? As an engineer, after becoming engineer, you have to express your own words, your own thoughts. Similarly, resistance is defined as the property of the material which opposes the flow of current flowing. Resistance is the one of the property. Which material? Resistance. Not only resistance offers resistance, conductors also offers resistance. Very low resistance offered by the conductor. Conductor in the sense, copper. We are having cables. We are having cables and wires. A small wire is there. Okay. That wire also offers resistance. But very low resistance will be offered by wires, copper wires. Gold. Gold is a conductor or not conductor? Bad conductor or good conductor? Gold. It is very bad conductor. Gold. It is a conductor. While doing experiments in the laboratory or when you are working in electrical apparatus or electronic circuits, don't wear the jewelry. They will call you. While doing experiments in the laboratory or while you are working in any industry, don't wear jewelers and bangles like gold, because gold is a very good conductor. It is more than copper. Gold is a very good conductor, more than copper, which we have. Because of electrons movement in that, very low resistivity or low resistance will be offered. Every material has a resistance. This duster having resistance. Very high resistance. What is the resistance? If you know it has low resistance or high resistance, we can define. Is it right? Resistance is the property of a material which opposes the flow of current flowing. Other side, it is a material, it is also resistor, duster. Whenever you give the power supply for this, it won't allow the current because there is no free electrons in this material. What are free electrons in the sense valence electrons? Valence electrons, if are present in this material, it will conduct. Because it is a wood, it is a plastic. Wood duster is also there. Instead of plastic, we can use wood also here instead of duster. Wood is a very good insulator. Why? It offers high resistance. It offers high resistance. Is it right? What is meant by valency electrons? Again, we go for 10th class or intermediate valence electrons, the basics. The electrons which are present in outermost orbit is called valence electrons. If the valence electrons are more than 8, then it is a conductor. Is it right? because valence electrons are exhibiting the property of conductance. This wood has high resistance, whereas copper has low resistance. Every material offers resistance. Simply we can say that resistance is the property of the material which opposes the flow of current through it. If you apply the current for this, what will happen? It won't conduct. If you increase the potential day by day, or continuously increase the potential between this. Suppose it is a duster, we are connecting at 10 volts. AC supply we are connecting. Assume that. Phase and neutral is connected for this. We are keeping the duster and connecting two sockets, two wires for this. What will happen? It won't connect. If you increase the voltage level, 1000 volts if you give, it won't connect. 2000 volts if you give, it won't connect. At some time, it will connect. When 1 megavolt if you give, 1 megavolts means it is very, very large. 220 kilovolts if you give 220 kilovolts, if the tester is not like this, tester is side ichchamu. Appudu width takkuva. High voltage apply cheste insulator kuda conductor la act avum. If you apply the high voltage, an insulator may act as conductor because of losing its dielectric strength. It has dielectric strength. It won't allow electrons, hence it is a dielectric. If you increase the potential, then it will act as conductor at some moment when you increase the voltage. Is it right? When you increase the voltage, suppose one electric line is there. One person is moving under this electric line. He has haze. Between the conductor and his head, there is a 5 meters or 2 meters distance. The voltage level is very, very high. Assume that it is 220 kilovolts. 220 into 10 power 3 volts. We have 230 volts only in our house. 230 is our voltage in the house or in this classroom. 230 volts we are getting. Is it right? 230 volts, 230 kilovolts. There is a difference. 220 kilovolts, 220 volts. How many times it is? 1000 times more than. 220 kilovolts we can't use in the classroom. We can't use in the laboratory also. 220 kilovolts. We can't use the voltage in house also. But transmission purpose we are using 220 kilovolts. One famous personality is moving. Power star Pawan Kalyan is moving on the vehicle. Is it right? It is happened really. While campaigning, during campaigning elections, his hair touches the line, nearby line. Then he may suffer from shock because the air is an insulator. Air is there between 2 meters. If you provide, there is no shock for the person. If it reaches to very, very less than 10 centimeters or 10 centimeters, then air acts as conductor because it is more voltage. 220 kilovolts is the more voltage. If you apply for that, if you apply here and the person is rendered to 10 centimeters near, 10 centimeters in the sense, this is the range. Line is there and head is coming here. Then a shock will observe. It happened. If you this was happened previously. Because air is an insulator. Air is an insulator or not? Air is an insulator. Air also insulator. Without not only this duster. Not only this duster, air also insulator. Air also loses its properties when you apply the potential more than 220 kV. More than 33 kV if you apply, air has a dielectric constant. Are you studied this dielectric constant in intermediate or not? Dielectric constant. Dielectric constant of any material. You don't know. Dielectric constant in the sense, it is the maximum permissible voltage level that will allow by the insulator. More than that voltage, this material loses its properties. 33 kilovolts is the kilovolts per centimeter is the air dielectric constant. Air has dielectric constant 33 kilovolts per centimeter. ఒక సెంటీమీటర్ డిస్టెన్స్ కి ఒక సెంటీమీటర్ అంటే ఎంత ఉంటుంది? లైక్ దిస్ 33 kilovolts ఇక్కడ ఉంది. Customer is 33 kilovolts. Our finger goes to 1 kilovolt, 33 kilovolts దగ్గరికి తీసుకెళ్తే టచ్ చేయకపోయినా షాక్ వస్తుంది. 33 kilovolts ఇలా పోతుంది. ఒక సెంటీమీటర్ దగ్గరికి ఇలా వచ్చామంటే మనం ఇక్కడ ఉండే ఎయిర్ లాస్ అయి ఉంటుంది, ఇన్సులేషన్ కండక్టర్లా యాక్ట్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఎవ్రీ మెటీరియల్ హ్యాస్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఆఫర్స్ opposes the current. Every resistance is the property of material which opposes the flow of current through it. Okay, simply resistance is denoted by the letter R and is measured in ohm. Resistance is measured in ohm. And inductor. Now we go for inductor. Another passive element is inductor. What is this inductor? It doesn't allow the flow of electrons directly. What is inductor? If it is a wire, if you twist into number of turns, like this, the same wire, such series. If you twist the wire into number of turns, it becomes an inductor. It acts as inductor. An inductor is a two-terminal passive element. Okay, again we are remembering passive element. An inductor is a two-terminal passive element which opposes the sudden change of current. That is the difference. Inductance is offered by the inductor. Inductance is the property of this inductor. Inductance or inductor is denoted by the letter L. Inductor is denoted by the letter L. And inductance is the property of inductor. ఒక వైర్ ఇలా ఉంటే it is not inductor, it is a conductor. When you twist the wire into number of turns, it becomes a inductor. It is also conductor, but it opposes the sudden change of current. Sudden change of current it will be opposed by the inductor. Sudden గా change అవుతుంటే current, it will opposes. That is the property of inductor. V equal to, the inductor is characterized by V equal to L di by dt. V equal to L di by dt, where I is the current flowing through this inductor. V equal to voltage across the inductor is V. Assume that V equal to L di by dt. This is the voltage equation of inductor. It is characterized by one equation, V equal to L di by dt. You studied in intermediate, this one also. V equal to L di by dt. Okay. Simply what the inductor will do? Inductor stores the energy in the form of magnetic field. Because when you twist the conductors like this number of times, ఒక వైర్ తీసుకుంటాం మన ఇంట్లో ఉన్న వైర్ ఇలా ట్విస్ట్ చేస్తే డిఫరెంట్గా యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది, అదే వైర్ ఇలా ఉంటే డిఫరెంట్గా యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది. Is it right? In communications we are using mostly inductor as a receiver, transmitter, all are inductors. Before studying entire for B.Tech we have to know basics only. Okay, inductor has inductance, resistor has resistance, capacitor has capacitance. It is the capacitance is the property, resistance is the property, not an element. Inductor is an element, whereas inductance is a property. The inductor is characterized by voltage equation V equal to L di by dt. This is very very important, we have to know. Previous class we discussed about AC versus DC. Okay. If di by dt is 0, what is di by dt? Change in current with respect to time. Di by dt. If it is 0, V equal to 0. That's why that is also important. Again we will continue that comparison between AC versus DC. Okay. Because the di by dt equal to 0 for which voltage? di by dt, I is constant. For DC voltage, di by dt equal to 0. For DC, what we can see? Like this, it is a DC. It is constant over a period of time. But our AC continuously changing. di by dt is continuously changing. It has some value for AC. But for DC, it is 0. Constant. Constant of differentiation of constant is? Differentiation of constant? 0. Differentiation, because DC, it is the DC. If you consider voltage on y-axis and time period on x-axis, the magnitude of the quantity which is not varying with the time, it is constant with respect to time. Then it is a DC. If you apply the inductor for DC, if you connect a DC voltage source for this, are you understanding this? If you connect your DC voltage for this inductor, di by dt becomes 0, then V equal to 0. Voltage across the inductor is 0. Voltage is 0 means short circuit. Voltage is 0 means short circuit. What is the difference between voltage, short circuit and open circuit? One thing we have to remember. Again, I am explaining here. Before knowing this inductor and capacitor, we have to know what is AC, what is DC. Comparison. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about comparison. DC and AC. Already in the last class we made comparison up to 2 or 3 points. 2 or 3 points we made comparison. Okay. The first point is DC is a direct current. It is alternating current. It is a direct current. Second point is the magnitude of the quantity is constant with respect to time, whereas the magnitude of quantity is varying with respect to time. The magnitude is V and time period is T. Here the magnitude is V again, time period T, but it is constant. It is assume that it is 4 volts, it is minus 4 volts, minus 4. Okay, comparison between DC versus AC. Next point, what we discussed previously. What about frequency? Frequency is defined as, first we have to know frequency. What is frequency? The number of cycles per second is called as frequency. F equal to 1 by T. Where T is called time period, not time period of one cycle. Time in the sense that it is the time totally. On x-axis we are considering time. Which time we have to consider? One cycle time. One complete cycle time we have to consider. If you measure this, it is a 5 centimeters also that 5 milliseconds or 5 milliseconds. 1 by T, 5 milliseconds on suppose you make this. F equal to 1 by 5 into 10 power minus 3. Then if you do calculation of this, do the calculation 1 by 5 into 10 power minus 3. Milli means 10 power minus 3. Is it right? Already you have written what is frequency. Frequency is number of cycles per second. Number of cycles per second, or where T is the time period. Time period T and A is another time period. We have to consider time period for one cycle. One complete cycle. One cycle in the sense complete cycle. Okay. If time period T equal to 5 milliseconds, 1 by 5 into 10 power minus 3, we will get frequency. Do the calculation. 1 by 5 into 10 power minus 3. What is the frequency you will get? I told you, please purchase or brought one calculator, scientific calculators, that is useful for your 4 years. 1 divided by 5 into 10 power minus 3. What you will get? 4. n power minus n పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళొచ్చా 200 something frequency can be calculated like this. 50 Hz is the normal frequency for India. In other countries 60 Hz will be. Okay, frequency will be there for only AC. Where what about frequency for DC? F equal to 1 by T. Frequency is defined as number of cycles per second and it can be measured by using formula like this. Okay, F equal to 1 by T. Time period is not, there is no cycles in DC. 1 by time period is 0. 1 by 0 is infinity. 1 by 0 is infinity. But infinity is not the frequency. DC has frequency 0. DC frequency equal to 0. 0 Hz. DC have frequency. Infinity in the sense not more than 0. Infinity in the sense more than 0. We can't write it infinite. But DC have frequency 0 Hz. Next, fourth point. Coming to fourth point, comparison between DC versus AC. In DC, only resistance will be. Only resistance factor will be considered. There is no inductance, there is no capacitance, because frequency is 0 for DC. Because inductance and capacitance, while we are discussing inductor and capacitor, again we will go. But in case of DC, only resistance will come to picture. Only resistance will be present. In any DC circuit, only resistance will be present. Because frequency is 0, inductance and capacitance becomes 0, hence only resistance will be present in any DC circuit. There is no impedance. Here impedance will be present. What is this impedance? Z equal to R plus JXL. Z equal to. What is this impedance? Again we will discuss. Okay, first we are comparing DC versus AC. These points again we will discuss. DC utilizes only two conductors. DC have how many polarities? 55. What are the polarities are there in DC? Battery, if you consider battery, what are the polarities we have? Positive and negative. But if you consider AC, plus and minus only polarity. Polarity or potential of DC can be represented by plus and minus. Positive terminal, negative terminal. Terminal in the sense a battery have two terminals. A resistor is a two terminal. Inductor is a two terminal. Terminal means where we are connecting supply. Where we are taking the supply. That is also terminal. Terminal means one point. Is it right? Terminal means not only here resistance have two terminal. Normally terminal means one point. Where the planes are coming, where helicopter terminal. Helicopter where located. That is helicopter terminal. What is that? H will be written on helicopter. H for a helicopter. Helicopter will be land on that. That area is one terminal. That point only is. Resistor is a two terminal. Inductor is a two terminal. It is also inductor. L if you represent like this. It is also resistor if you represent like this. We can represent like this or like this also resistor sometimes. Some textbooks are representing like this R. In some textbooks, in some manner, they are represented like this. Okay. There are two terminals only, plus and minus. Two locations only, two polarities, plus and minus only. For DC, for AC, what we have? There are two terminals again. For single phase and three phase are present here. Single phase we are getting in the home. For industries we are getting three phase supply. Suppose rolling machines are there in the streets. Floor mills. They have 3-phase supply. In case of AC, there are 2 supplies. Here only plus and minus. But in case of AC, you can write AC have single phase, 3-phase. Single phase and 3-phase 2 supplies are there in AC. Single phase have phase and neutral. Phase and neutral is there for single phase. For 3 phases are there. 3 phases are there. One is R, Y, B. Like that they indicate. First phase, second phase, third phase also we can.